Hi guys, Kylie here with LatestWiiUGames and welcome back to some online gameplay of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. So once again, this is post-commentary guys. We are hunting the Agnaktor on this video. I'm using my Kuropeku armour because it does have strong fire resistance, and I'm using my switch axe which has the exhaust effect on it. The reason I go for a switch axe on this particular video is because at this point I did not have a water weapon because Agnaktor is weak to water, and also the great thing about switch axes are that in sword mode, regardless of the sharpness, they pretty much do slice through anything you put before them when they are in sword mode. And also this switch axe was one of my most powerful switch axes at the time of doing this video as well. You can see that Amnesty and Robski are both using dual blades on this. So generally this quest goes really quickly with us 3 players. This is low rank once again. But don't worry, I will be bringing some high rank and G rank quests to you guys in the future as well, so don't forget to stay tuned for those. So Agnaktor is kind of a more tricky monster, I think, to fight, just because it can burrow into the ground and it can dive out of the ground and it can move pretty quickly. It can fire laser beams at you actually, which cover a vast amount of ground, and you want to dive out of the way of those. It has one that it fires in a straight line, but it also has one that it can rotate around its body, so you either want to do the dive onto the floor when that happens, or you want to be right next to Agnaktor and just attack its chest area. And if you attack its chest area enough, it can pop out of the ground, and that means you can then lay into it. So Agnaktor has a few breakable parts. You can sever its tail, you can break its chest, and you can break its fin, and you can break its beak. You can also break all 4 of its claws, which you will need the claws for a few of the weapons and the armors, so just go for his legs with those. Every time you break one of his claws, he will collapse on the floor, which gives you a great opportunity to lay into him. He has an armour on his body. Basically, he goes into armour mode when the lava cools down on his body, and it basically becomes like molten magma on him, and it makes his defense really powerful. So you'll probably find at this point a lot of your weapons will bounce off, which, like I said, is why I brought my switch axe with me, just because it means I can slice through that thick armour skin quite easily. As you can see here, that's his circle fire beam attack. So like I said, either dive out of the way of that or go really close to him and just lay into him basically. So my switch axe did pretty well on this quest. It did well with tiring him out. It stopped him from moving around too much. So I was pretty pleased with the effects of that. I haven't actually used this switch axe in a while at this point. And I do need to upgrade it, so that will be featured in a few more videos at a later stage. So you can obviously use flash bombs and traps on Agnaktor. Flash bombs are quite effective against it, and again you want to use traps when the monster is tired, so that they stay in the trap for a longer period of time. Certain monsters will stay in traps for a certain length of time, by the way guys. Some of them aren't as affected by traps, and they do have like a time period for how long they will stay in a trap as well. So I think Amnesty and Robski are using Paralyze dual blades against Agnaktor for this, which is pretty cool, which basically gave me the opportunity to lay into the tail and try and get the tail off, which is awesome. So Agnaktor can also drill through and burrow through the ground in the volcano area, and it can move freely from the ceiling to the ground level, and this is what I mean by it can move quickly. It can kind of launch itself between the two, and it can burrow up from out of the ground at high speeds, so you need to pay attention to where it is so it doesn't launch you or hit you, because it can take off quite a lot of damage. But like I said, try and go for an armour that's got fire defense, but it's not really essential because those fire beam moves are quite easy to dodge in most circumstances, so it doesn't really matter if you don't have fire resistance against this guy. But if you are struggling, I do recommend using a water weapon against it, or again, your weapon with the strongest raw damage. So other than that guys, I'll just say enjoy the rest of this video. You've been watching Kylie with LatestWiiUGames. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.